Morning, everyone. Happy September. Can you believe it's September already? I'm going to wait until I see if I have a few viewers today. Welcome to Virtual Birding with Tug Hill Tomorrow Land Trust. I'm Lynn Gibbs. I'm the Community Programs Director. I'm going to switch my magic glasses so I can see you better. If you're with me this morning, please give me a shout out. Let me know you're here. Send me a good morning comment. Let me know what you've been seeing over the last month, seeing or hearing as far as birds in your neighborhood or anywhere you've been traveling. I'll wait a little bit longer to see if we have anybody on live. Today we're going to be talking a little about what we're looking for this month in birding, what the birds are doing, and different ways you can tell adult and juvenile birds apart this time of year when you're viewing them, and a little bit about eBird, which is a program that helps you keep your checklists wherever you go, and also helps you learn a lot about birds. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Again, if you're joining me, please send me a comment, give me a shout out, let me know you're here. This month, over the last couple of weeks, actually, you may have noticed that things have been getting a little quieter. We're hitting late summer into fall, and the birds aren't singing as much. We went from really a cacophony in the morning. You can hear robins, you can hear all sorts of birds here in my neighborhood, to hearing mostly blue jays, maybe some crows, a chickadee here and there. Hi Linda, welcome. Good morning. Talking about just some of the birds that we're hearing, less than we're usually used to hearing in the summertime. Let me know what you're hearing and seeing at your place, and what you've been noticing about the birds. I was just saying that we're starting to notice that the birds are quieter, and there's a reason for that. We've had lots of activity over the spring and summer in terms of courting, setting up territories, sitting on nests, hatching young, fledging the young. Now most of the young are fledged, and most adult birds at this point have, through the summer, going in and out of those hidden places to feed their young so often and defend their territories. Birds' feathers get a little bit worn over the summer, and so after the last fledgling is pretty much on their own, most adult birds go a little quiet because they're starting to molt their feathers. They need new feathers to be able to be in top shape for migration. So you may notice that the adults aren't singing as much. They may sing a little bit to try and teach their fledglings their songs or dialects, but most of the time they're going to be kind of laying low, letting their feathers gradually change and strengthen, get new feathers, shed the old ones. They may look a little ragged at your feeder if you have your feeders up. You'll notice that you'll see some individuals who might look a little bit rough around the edges, or have halfway coloring into more camouflage, from brighter colors into camouflage colors. So you'll see birds looking a little worn, a little off this time of year because they're changing and preparing for moving south. Juveniles will have will be changing also. They'll have, when they gain their feathers, they gain their primary feathers, they keep their primary feathers through about a year. So adult birds will be shedding one at a time. They'll shed their flight feathers. Aside from water birds shed their feathers, their flight feathers, all at once and grow all new ones. But songbirds will shed a flight feather here and there and grow them back. So you might see wings that look like they have like a shorter feather in between longer feathers on their wings. Those are adult birds who are shedding their flight feathers to grow new ones for migration. So keep a keen eye. Do go birding. go look for those birds and start to understand how they look when they're molting their feathers. They're not as loud, they're laying low, they're trying to camouflage because their flight isn't quite as efficient when they don't have all their feathers grown in. So they're laying low, getting ready for moving south. They're starting to flock up a little bit, excuse me, rather than be in pairs. So most birds are starting to flock up, laying low, changing feathers, getting ready for their southern trips. Oh, I have 3 Lindas online today. We should have a Linda convention. I hope you're all doing well. What have you been seeding in your fields, in your forests, in your wetlands, in your feeders, in your wherever you've been birding? I wonder if you guys have seen any molting birds. I've not been able to get out of in the woods very much for the last couple of weeks, but I was at St. Mary's Pond for a kayaking outing that we had on the 22nd of August, and I was birding a little bit while the boaters were out, and really there wasn't a whole lot singing, just maybe one solitary vireo. I saw a flycatcher kind of hanging out on the end of a branch and catching some insects, but that bird wasn't singing. So a lot of quiet comes in August when the birds are kind of laying low, molting, and finding their way into migration season. I also wanted to talk about eBird because I've started to take some of my checklists, starting to birding and getting some of my checklists on eBird. And so I thought I'd share that with you. eBird is an application, a site where you can document the birds that you're seeing and hearing. You can also, it helps with ID. There's an associated application called Merlin that helps with ID both in terms of sight and sound now. So you can load those apps on your phone, eBird and Merlin, and they're free apps. You can load the apps on your phone and take it with you wherever you are. You can load checklists without internet access. You can download checklists when you get back to your home on the computer if you want to. There's lots of different ways to use eBird. And eBird has been wonderful in terms of helping us understand where birds are, when, what they're doing. If you're traveling and you want to go to a place where you haven't birded before, like out west or anywhere in the world, you can look up on eBird and see some checklists and see what kinds of birds you might see there and do a little research before you head out. So eBird is really handy in a lot of ways, just for the casual birder as well as those of us who are a little bit nerdy and want to know everything. So it's great. So what I'm going to do is take my camera off my stand and I'm going to move it down and I'm going to show you the eBird site on my computer, and I'm going to run the introductory video because they explain it better than I ever can about all the capabilities that eBird has, and then you can decide if it's something that you might want to investigate, maybe download on your phone and use. So I have done, I don't know why on my checklists on the site it's not showing my list for the Blake Sanctuary in Rutland, but I have started a list, a project or portal for the James A. Blake Sanctuary. So if you are out there and you're looking to add your checklist to that that portal, it can show multiple checklists from different people for the same site, so you can see what different people saw on different times of day and different days, and get an idea of what kinds of birds are out there and living there. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Denise. Welcome. All right, so I'm gonna take this off my stand. I'm gonna try and do this as smoothly for you as possible, so I'm not giving you spins. And I'm going to turn it around. I can find the little doohickey. Where's the doohickey to turn it around? There it is. And I'm going to show you the video from eBird. Okay. Oh, I can't turn my phone while recording. This is crazy. Okay, so this is the eBird site, all about eBird. This site is run through Cornell University, Cornell Lab of Ornithology. So that's what the eBird logo looks like. This is what the main page looks like, the About page. And what I will do is click on this play button. If I can get, there's my mouse. And play this for you so you can hear it. Here we go.
Every day, millions of people around the world enjoy watching birds and recording their sightings.
What if there were a way to take all of these observations, yours, ours, everyone's, and put them all in one place?
If we could do this, we would fundamentally transform not just birding, but science and conservation.
From this idea emerged eBird. Put simply, eBird is a way for anyone around the world to store their birding observations, their photos, their sound recordings, and make them available to educators, scientists, and birders. It's incredibly easy to use, and it's incredibly powerful. All you do is let us know where you went birding, when, how far you traveled, and what you saw. It's powerful because hundreds of thousands of people all around the world are doing it, and it's growing. eBird already safeguards 500 million sightings. Information that allows all of us to understand the movements and needs of birds at global scales. eBird maintains your lists for you and shares them with other birders from around the world. By sharing, it's now possible for anyone, anywhere, to find your target birds and the best birding hotspots any time of the year. Before eBird, there was no way to comprehensively understand population-level movements of many species. By combining your sightings with remote-sensed habitat data from NASA, we're able to generate species distribution models that provide an unparalleled view of where and when birds are in the landscape.
Isn't that so cool?
Scientists and students all over the world are now able to use eBird datasets for their research at a variety of spatial scales. These observations help inform better conservation strategies, opening the door to the future of bird conservation. And this is just the beginning. With the help of millions of people who come to eBird each year, we are creating a free, open access system that is easy to use, fun, and rewarding. Rewarding for birders, for scientists, for conservationists, and ultimately the birds themselves. Go to eBird.org or download eBird Mobile to get started, all for free. By joining eBird, you're joining a global team of people that share your passion for birds. Be a part of it.
So there you have it, a pretty good summary of what eBird is all about. Places where you personally can keep track of your observations for yourself, but you can also join in and do those things. Oops, sorry. You can also join in and keep track of things with other people for particular sites that you visit often. So there's all sorts of things you can do. Excuse my reconnoitering here. So I encourage you to check out eBird, check out Merlin, both free applications to download to your phone, and it can help you learn more about the birds that you're seeing, identify more of the birds that you're seeing and hearing, and help you keep track of things a little bit better and join into a larger community that's doing the same thing. So I encourage you to do that. Hi, John. Hi, Valerie. So glad to have you here. I hope you guys are good. So what have you guys been seeing? Do you still have your feeders up? Have you been seeing birds that are molting? Have you noticed any birds going quiet? That's really common around mid-August here as birds start to lay low, change their feathers, get ready for migration. Mostly, I was telling in the beginning that mostly what I was hearing and seeing at this point were blue jays and crows. And we're seeing a few more hawks you'll be seeing more hawks moving around. I've noticed a few more sightings on some of my groups. Lots of juvenile red tails out there. Let's see. Hi Joyce, how are you? Glad to have you here this morning. So I encourage you all to get out and keep birding through this quiet time. It's a good time to find things that you didn't know about birds as they're entering into a different part of their life cycle during the year. And yeah, get out there and bird, everybody. I hope y'all have a great day. If you have any questions or you need any help, leave comments for me in the video, or you can contact me on Facebook or through Messenger at Tug Hill Tomorrow Land Trust, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you have fun out there. Enjoy this cooler, drier weather we're having, and enjoy the birds. Have a great day.